Toastmasters. I'm here to let you all know I am a dope addict. I have been a dope addict for 5 months now. My entire life, I always heard people say to me things like, if you want to improve your mood, you should exercise. If you want to be better at something, you should exercise. And that phrase always makes me slightly salty because I don't want to exercise. I don't enjoy exercising. I have heard it from my therapist, I've heard it from my doctor, I heard it from my parents, I heard it from friends, I've heard it from this man right here, my friend. I've heard it from the Girl Scouts selling cookies. I've read about it in books, I've heard about it in news articles, and there's even an entire YouTube channel dedicated to nothing more than get your butt up, do some exercises, and you will feel better. And this whole time, my whole entire life, all of these many years I have lived, I have thought, that is the biggest bunch of malarkey I've ever heard in my entire life. Because I don't enjoy exercising. Walking is so very boring. I enjoy walking to get places. I don't want to do it for exercise. But depression and anxiety have gotten the better of me these last several years. I don't know if anyone else noticed, we had a thing called the pandemic. COVID came along, and I spent more time than I wanted to at home, and depression and anxiety began to live inside of me. And I needed to get rid of both of those girls. They needed to go. One of the things I discovered is that not every exercise is like every other exercise. Sometimes somebody goes about exercising because they want to improve their core. Great. That's your exercise. You're going to find something that's going to help you. It might be sit-ups, it might be push-ups, it might be planks. Who knows what it is? Other people say, no. I want to be able to squat down on the ground and be able to get back up again. So that is the type of exercise that they focus on. For my own personal self, I didn't have a thing that I was trying to accomplish. I had a thing I was trying to get rid of. And it wasn't until I decided to drop my moral rectitude and do something nice for someone else that I discovered what my exercise would be. You see, I am very altruistic in my life. I enjoy doing things for other people. And I had a student who said, KD, I really need a bicycle. My bicycle's brakes don't work. My bicycle is rusted. This is my main mode of transportation. Do you have anyone that has a bike? Turns out I know a lot of people, and one of those people happened to have a titanium bike that she was about to get rid of. And she said, I would love for a student in need to have it. So I loaded it up on my bike rack, I took it to the student's house, and she said to me, do you ride? It's been maybe 15 years since I've ridden a bike. And I was faithful about it. I said, no, I'm not really much of a rider anymore, but you know what? I am going to go ahead and I'm going to get my bike ready. I'm going to get a tune-up done. I'm going to get some new tubes, new tires. I am going to, yes, I will ride a bike. So I began riding, and my first ride was less than a mile, and I thought I was going to die. Literally and figuratively, I thought that's how I would die. Because you see, I decided to ride my bike from my mom's house in Fenton on one of the hottest days in the summer. And it was one of those new summer days, early in the summer, the end of May, beginning of June, when the heat and the humidity smack you in the face and knock you down. And I took off from my mom's house wearing jeans. Terrible idea. Don't wear jeans when you're riding a bike. I am not 12 years old any longer. Got to where I was going, did what I needed to do, started going back to my mom's house, and realized my mom lives at the top of a hill. So I didn't ride a whole mile, but that's okay, because I did it again. I got back on that bike, and I kept riding. And I was so excited the first time I hit 10 miles. I tweeted about it, I told my friends about it. I did 10 miles! only to discover that my meter was reading kilometers, not miles. So I did about 6 miles. Still excited, still happy, not 10 miles. So I kept riding. I eventually found a couple of groups. Black Girls Do Ride Flint. I ride with them on Mondays. But I also found the Friends of the Flint River Trail. Just happenstance, ran into somebody, and he said, "You should come riding with us some Sunday. We only do about 15 miles. I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna come riding with you some Sunday." So that very next Sunday, I rode with them. It was not 15 miles. It was over 20.
Oh, wow.
But I did not die. And that's when I began to discover I love riding my bicycle. I am addicted to the dopamine hit that I get every time I ride on my bicycle. I love that push of serotonin that makes me feel really, really good. It makes me feel invincible. So I keep riding. And on the days when I can't ride, you don't want to be around me. I am a very unpleasant person because I enjoy riding thoroughly. I take every opportunity to ride. As a matter of fact, my bicycle rack is on my bike right now, and even though we are coming up on November 1st, riding season is not over. Not over by a long shot. I will ride on weekends. I will ride wearing fleece. I will ride wearing gloves. But I will ride. Because you see, I've tried walking. I've tried rowing machines. I've tried swimming. I don't own a pool. I'm not about to get a pool. So those are exercises that don't work for me. But biking works a great deal for me. What I want everybody to understand is, not every exercise is like every other exercise. And if you're doing an exercise that you don't enjoy and it is not giving you the benefits that you need, it is not turning you into a dope addict, find a different exercise. And keep working at it until you find the one that works best for you. Because ladies and gentlemen, I am a dope addict. I am proud to admit that I am a dope addict. I am not going to give up my dope in any way, shape, or form. And the next time you see somebody on her Voyager out in the streets with her black helmet, listening to her music, just remember, please don't run me over, because I am a dope addict. Thank you.